Hi, this is Mick Elliott from Electronic Specifier. I'm here at the Productronica show with Nico Coenen from Plasmatreat. And before we talk through a couple of new products, Nico, could you give us just some background on Plasmatreat and some of its products?
Yep. Plasmatreat has been a company almost 25 years old. It was the first introduction of open-air plasma into the field of real applications. Over the years, I think Plasmatreat has always tried to strive for technology leader. I think we can still say that we're market leader in open-air plasma, and our focus is really R&D driven, coming up with basically new application on a daily basis, typically driven by our customers we very closely collaborate with to see what the market is needed and how we can proceed.
Okay, so you do work very close with your customers. You're continually working with them to see what their processes are and how you can help them advance.
Typically the customer comes to us and say, hey, I have this problem to solve, can plasma help? And then we look at, okay, can we use the current solution that we already have in place? If not, do we think it's going to be feasible? What is necessary? How can we collaborate and how can we proceed? And typically if we think it's going to be feasible to realize that, then we set up a project together with the customer and we set our goals and timings, and then we develop new things for them.
Now, I believe at Productronica you have the redox process here today. That's a new product. Can you give us some background on the product and the advantages it brings?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're really glad to introduce this redox tool. I think it could be a game changer in the industry because oxide reduction of metals has been there for a long time using vacuum chambers. This one is basically doing it in an inline process. So basically instead of you doing batches by batch, basically now we can remove metal oxides in a continuous inline process. So we will bring the board in. We have 3 stations. We can do a preheating to accelerate the reduction process. We have a plasma zone in the middle where we do the reduction process, and then we have a cooling element making sure that the oxide level or board is not re-oxidizing again. So this is really premiere, I would say. We already have implemented that at some major customers, both in the semiconductor field and in the power modules, but we're very proud to showcase this for the first time at Productronica.
I think the great thing about this is it is now an inline system. The technology has moved on from other ways of removing this, and now it's a much more seamless process.
It is seamless process, and it is also driven by the technology. If we look in semiconductor industry, bump pitch sizes are getting smaller and smaller. Removing flux residue is no longer an option, so they need to go to alternative processes. And with plasma, we can get a fluxless process, which is then enabling new packaging types.
Okay, and the power market is particularly important for you?
The power market is the other big part for us, because there's a lot of copper substrates. You have wire bonding, you have die bonding, you have sintering, you have molding, and for all these processes you have to have a stable substrate. And typically when you have oxides, when you have heat, the oxide will grow, and we have to remove those oxides layer to have a very constant layer to enable those processes.
Okay, could you just give us an idea of the typical customer for this product?
Everybody who's making power modules. I can name some big ones like Infineon, Bosch, Danfoss, ABB, Hitachi. These would be the ones in the power modules. If we look in the semiconductor, all the big players, TSMC, Intel, everybody who is interested in flux-free thermal compressed bonding.
Okay, and you've already got this working in some customers?
Yep, we have in both fields we have had pioneer customers where we have co-developed this whole machine. And basically the machine is now running in production in a semiconductor house as well as in the power module house.
Okay, and it's easy to fit into the manufacturing process.
It is so developed that it's basically seamlessly integrated with other tools. It has all the connections, SMIMA connections, and so on. So basically, it's just a plug and play within any normal SMT line.
Okay, and I guess that's where working with customers really comes into play.
Well, when we develop something, we already have the customer's situation in front of us. So one of the requirements is, okay, we want to have an inline integrated system, so we know already, okay, what is the previous step, what is the next step, how can this seamlessly be integrated, and that's why when we do the development, it's done right in the first time.
Okay, now you mentioned research and development, and I think you're involved in a project with other partners. Can you give us some idea of what that's about?
Yeah, we like to use other partners to partner up and to bring solutions to the market, right? So we have recently partnered up with multiple partners where we have done a over-molding project for electronics. Some of the partners were like Arburg doing the molding machines, Sumitomo doing the materials, there were some others. And basically we have brought our knowledge together and say, okay, how can we showcase that with all those process steps we can do a reliable product? And then we work together and see, okay, what is necessary from our side, what is necessary from the different partners. We bring the knowledge and technology together, and then we can present final solutions that we think is beneficial for the end customer.
Okay, and those other partners are bringing particular expertise in different parts of the process?
They will bring, Sumitomo will bring the expertise on materials. They will say, look, these materials have these and these properties. They might have adhesion problems, or then we can say, as from the plasma side, okay, we have worked with this and this. We might have solutions there that works together with that. So we look at the whole package and we say, okay, what kind of process steps are in there, and we use everybody's expertise in those process steps to bring that together and make a final customer solution.
Okay, and this technology is available now?
Yeah, the technology, we are using day-to-day available technology and basically come up. We actually had another show, the Fakuma show, and at that Fakuma show we had basically the machine showcasing and making real parts actually.
Okay, and just generally, how is the market looking for these products?
I think the market this year was a little bit slower, but especially semiconductor market. We see a lot of the developments going on, new technologies, hybrid bonding, copper-to-copper bonding, all different new technologies that might require plasma. So we're working a lot with these major companies to see how we can integrate and how we can help them. And I really think if these kind of solutions are out there, that we can be very successful for the next coming years.
Okay, Nico Coenen from Plasmatreat, thank you very much.
You're welcome.